Hey. What's up, Rogue? How you doing? I'm back. More chess. More chess. I took care of all my stuff today. You having a good time? Yeah, I did quit chess for a while because I got really burnt out. I really did. Like, I got super burnt out. I was spending like hours and hours and hours a day on chess, and I wasn't really improving. Not only that, it was really affecting my mental health. Like, I was having a really tough time. I put like 100% of my soul into the game because I put my all into whatever I do. But like, I wasn't really making any progress in the chess world. Because it was just really frustrating. I wanted to go tournaments, but tournaments aren't really available here. Except for like in Sacramento and then at the Mechanics Institute in San Francisco. I really wanted to go to Mechanics Institute, but like, it's just a really expensive membership and I have to go to San Francisco for it. And it's just really frustrating because I didn't really have any support. I really wanted to get into the chess world, and I still can. But like right now, I just can't. Like, I don't have enough resources. I really wish I had like a friend who could like do things for me, but I don't know anybody. I mean, some people, they get mentorship and they have somebody like, you know, take them under their wing and like, you know, from an early age, and they like get them to tournaments and they train them and all that. I never had that. So I'm self-taught mostly. My dad taught me how to play, but I taught myself how to actually play. You know, and I have a lot of bad habits and I'm trying to recover from that. Right now I'm just kind of chilling, just doing puzzles and playing Blitz, you know, just for, I don't know, it's just for fun right now. Like, I think having fun is really the most important part. Even Magnus Carlsen himself, like, it's like, just do whatever you want to. Like, if you want to do chess puzzles, do puzzles. If you want to play bullet, play bullet. If you want to play classical, play classical. If you want to read books, read books. Like, it doesn't matter as long as you're thinking about chess. That's what matters, is thinking about chess, seeing patterns, and just continuing to just, put in the work. And so, like, but it has to be fun. It has to be something you enjoy. And I was like approaching it from a very, very, very sweaty, toxic angle. I was really just trying to push myself harder than I could handle. I thought that if I just worked harder, I could get stronger. But it really doesn't work that way. I have to work smarter. And I just really don't have the resources right now to really get into the chess world. I really hope to, after my surgery, I want to get back into the world somehow. Go back to school, like get my accounting stuff and business marketing and stuff like that. But I do want to get back into the chess world, and I would have to, you know, resubmit my, I would have to submit my UCSF, name and gender change, which would be really simple. I think it's pretty simple. I think I would just have to submit my driver's license or something. I don't know. Because I legally changed my name and gender, so I'd have to send it to UCSF, and have that finalized. I'd be able to participate in women's tournaments, which is awesome. They're pretty supportive from what I understand. That women's chess is very accepting of trans women because we are women, and I don't see why there would be any reason to deny a woman the right to play chess, for any reason, unless she cheated and was like, you know, like barred from playing. That's about it. I really don't think there should be any barriers to chess. I do think it's important to have women's spaces for women who, or especially young girls, who don't feel like there's any role models, and you know it's dominated by a lot of boys in the space and men, and it's intimidating for kids especially, but even young adults and even adults, when they go into a space and they don't feel welcome, and I know this from being trans, it's really hard to stick around when you don't feel welcome, even though you're technically allowed to play and participate. You don't feel welcome, and you have to kind of fight for your right to be there. It's like a chess game in and of itself that I really wish didn't have to be a part of the game. I really wish that the only thing that mattered was chess. I really wish all the politics of it all the weird, you know, subtle actions and stuff, but that's just life. You know, racism and sexism, you know, misogyny, even misandry does happen. But not, you know, misogyny is the obvious problem. But misandry does happen. It's just not in the ways, not in very different ways. Very different ways. It's more, that's a different thing. Because sometimes men are discriminated against, especially if, you know, like bigger men, for example. I'm scared of men. I feel like I'm misandrist sometimes, because sometimes men give me a menacing vibe, because I feel like, you know, a man is somehow inherently more violent because of testosterone, and it's like that's why is this? Oh, that wasn't the person that... That wasn't the person who was sending me messages. It's not really that men are known to be more... I mean, men are known to be more violent, but women can be violent too. And I think it actually is misogynistic to also say that women are incapable of violence. Because obviously, there are women who are very capable of violence. But as far as like there being a problem systemically, there is a systemic misogyny. Whereas there's not really there's no systemic misandry. Misandry is very different. It manifests in a very different way. And most of it is men against other men. So in the end of the day, it really is like there's a social problem with men. But I don't want to like say that men are evil and that I'm going to judge men just for being men. It's just that I have a really kind of like, I'm starting to feel safer around men, especially professional men, like doctors and stuff. They do have a different vibe, but you know, I'm starting to accept men into my life because I used to be very afraid of men, and I used to feel only comfortable talking with women or people who are assigned female at birth, when I was, you know, working with people and doctors and stuff, because I just feel like people who have been socially women are very different on average. But don't get me wrong, there are some toxic bitches. Okay, don't get me wrong. But like as far as like in general, like especially medical professionals, I think it's a very intimate setting when you're in a clinical setting, and I do feel much more comfortable working with women. because women like tend to understand things better, and men kind of just, I mean, not that men don't understand things. I really don't want to like make any sweeping judgments. It's more of a vibe thing. It's not like there's any like malicious intent or anything like that. I don't feel that kind of scared. I don't feel like scared for my life or anything like that. I'm not deathly afraid of men. It's just, I'm very careful when I'm like dating, which I've only dated like 2 men. It's one of those things, and it's like, I mean, being a woman is scary. As much as I love that I've been able to transition medically, this is separate from that. Because I needed to transition, that wasn't a question. I'm not going to let society stop me from doing what I need to do. Because I'm a female. Like, that's not going to change. Just like it's not going to change for anyone assigned female at birth. Like, but the misogyny problem and all that kind of stuff, that's separate. I love being a woman, but I don't like how the world treats me for being a woman. In either direction. For people who are transphobic, for people who are just, you know, the general misogyny. Because honestly, if I'm gonna be real, the way men treat me changed a lot. And it's pretty damn gender confirming, but in a way that shouldn't be. If that makes any sense. Do you like Elton John? He's a pretty good musician. Yeah. Coco. Welcome to the channel. That was kind of a random question. You must really like Elton John. I saw his biography movie as well. It was a pretty good movie, although according to my friend who's like knows every single piece of trivia about every single music artist, it's not really accurate to his life so much, or they didn't really, but I was like, it's a biopic. They really like kind of they pick certain events from people's lives to showcase a to paint a narrative. Usually I just try to keep myself away from people like that. But honestly, I do understand some people really do lack information. And if I'm gonna be real, I'm gonna be real with you, like, there are people out there who just literally were never taught boundaries. Like, there's just people like, you know, I was really confused anytime I had a crush on a girl and I told her that I liked her. And I also kind of idolized girls when I was growing up. When I was a kid, when I was a girl, because I have to actually start saying that. As much as people think, you know, it's really hard to like undo or to like, it's really hard to like change my idea of like who I was when I was a kid, because I was socialized as a boy, but I'm not a boy, and I was never a boy. So I really was a girl. It's just I didn't look like what a girl was, you know, whatever that's supposed to mean, like whatever you're supposed to look like or whatever, which is kind of toxic towards girls everywhere and women everywhere. Like, what is a girl supposed to look like? Like, it raises a lot of questions about like sexism and misogyny and all that kind of stuff. Like what really, and when people say, what is a woman? Like, exactly. Like, there is no freaking like definitive answer except for a woman is a woman. A rose is a rose is a rose. Like, if I say I'm a woman, well, so do other women. Other women say they're a woman. And, you know, same goes with men. Men say they're men. They believe they're men. It's a belief. But the only opinion that matters is mine. Because, like, why would anybody else define my womanhood? Why would anyone else define someone's manhood? Why would someone else define anything about someone's individual experience? And just like there's so many girls and women out there that don't fit the like standard like idea of what society is tells you you're supposed to look like. And I think it's kind of I think it's kind of fucked up when there's women out there that'll like harass trans women for not fitting the description, when there's girls that are victims of like discrimination because they look, because people say, oh, you're not attractive, or you're not, you're too heavy, like you're too fat, or you're too ugly, or you're too flat chested, or whatever, like your nose looks weird, or you wear glasses, or you cut your hair short, like really, like why is it anybody else's opinion? Like why, like that's ridiculous. And it's always like men's standards, right? Like in the end of the day, it's men who've been like really led astray by other men. And it's a problem that's affected women. It's a problem affected men. And it's affected men in a way where they've kind of indoctrinated themselves into a system of like violence. Oops. And I don't know, it's just, there's stuff that goes on in this planet, and I was really fucking confused about everything because I was trying to convince myself I was a man. If you really want to think of it this way, being a trans woman is like being a detransitioned trans man. it's like the same thing, right? I mean, that's apparently like that's what I feel like somebody who thought they were a boy but then realized they weren't a boy. But like obviously that's just being a trans woman. Like, but like, for a lot of, I'm not going to speak for anybody's experience, but the information I kind of from what I understand, like there are people who do detransition. There's women who are cisgender who originally started transitioning and then detransitioned, which of course is their right. There are medical risks. They're made aware of those risks, and when they can back out, and they're gonna have to have side effects from taking testosterone, and just like that's terrible for these people. That's a terrible experience. I really feel sorry for these women, but it's not other trans women's fault. It's not the medical system's fault. They were educated on the risks, and they signed a waiver. Like, when they started testosterone, they like were made aware of the risks. And unfortunately, some people make mistakes. And that's terrible. It's absolutely terrible experience. But I would say that like being a trans woman, that in my experience is probably a lot like that, where it's like I was convinced I was a boy, but like I was always very like feminine and like never really felt like a boy, whatever a boy is supposed to be. Which is the same issue, right? Like, what is a boy? What is a man supposed to be? What is a woman supposed to be? And there's no answer. And I think it's just people need to get the fuck off their high horse. Stop living other people's lives for them. Live their own goddamn lives. Because I don't want to control their lives. Why are they trying to tell me, like, what kind of woman I am? Yeah, and detrans folks, they should be supported. I just really hate when they get onto this. The thing I don't like is when some people go on a grift. They try to make it their life's mission to to try to get other trans people to detransition. And it's like, that's not how it works. Like, they aren't transgender. They aren't. They detransitioned, and sometimes it's because, and I guess, it's going to be anecdotal, okay? Like, it's case-by-case basis. Some people, maybe they actually are trans, but they just don't want to transition medically because of the social stigma. But I don't think that's anyone's call but the individual. I don't think anybody can answer that for someone. There's no, like, you can obviously get empirical data, but I don't think there's any, like, empirical data to, like, give you, like, extremely, like, complicated, personalized information like that. Like, I really don't think so. So, like, I don't know. Like, I feel like my experience is that of like someone who's like desperately trying to be a boy, because I did try to fit in as a boy, but it didn't work. I never felt right. I was really fucked up in the head. I was toxic as fuck. I said and did some shitty things, okay? Like, I treated girls like objects, too. Like, I would go up to girls and, like, I don't want to get into details about people, but it's just, like, I was obsessed with these girls because I thought they were so pretty, and I didn't realize till later on, especially once I started transitioning and I started going back in my mind and, like, remembering that, like, I wanted to be these girls. That's why I was so obsessed with them, not because I wanted to date them, and I also was attracted to them, so it was kind of confusing. And so without any kind of support or any kind of knowledge as we have today, I was really fucking confused. And not in the way that, like, conservatives want you to think, like, oh, you're just confused about your gender. It's not like that at all. It's not like that at all. I was confused because I didn't have any information, because I didn't know what was going on. Hey, what's up, Saf Coach Sajak? How you doing? Oh, I forgot how to pronounce your name again. I'm sorry. Rogue, that's not really how it works. I don't know where you were informed. No doctors were pushing trans route on people. In fact, doctors try to, like, offer, I don't know what you're aware of, but there might be doctors that do that. So I think that's a case-by-case basis. I don't think that the grift of those people who do that, I don't think the grift is what they think it is. I think they are literally lying. Because I doubt there are any, I mean, I'm not going to doubt that there are it's possible for doctors to do that, but the medical standards are basically that of support, not encouragement. I mean, like, encouragement for people who are, like, you know, expressing, you know, the need. And these people were expressing the need. The doctors are pretty neutral, honestly. They're supportive, but they're not, like, going to push it on you. They're going to affirm your care. They're not going to, like, say, oh, you need to transition. Anybody who's saying that is grifting. And maybe there's the case where there's, like, one random doctor that did that. Okay, that's a weird case-by-case edge case. And if also, I'm gonna have to warn you, Rogue, if you're gonna push that narrative in my channel, I'm gonna have to ask you to leave. I know you've been here for a while, but if you're gonna push that narrative on my channel, you do not belong here. I'm sorry. That is a false narrative. It is one used to propagate hate against trans people. Yeah, it doesn't. I'm gonna actually, you know, yeah, goodbye forever. Yeah, sorry, you're not gonna get away with this shit. You're gonna come in here, you're gonna act all friendly to me for months and months and months, and then you're gonna start pushing a narrative like that. Go inform yourself, Rogue. Go inform yourself. I can't change your mind. I'm not gonna take the time to. You're not gonna get me that way, okay? You're not gonna bait. Hey, what's up? How you doing? Avery average person in chess. A very average... Oh, I was calling you Avery. Yeah, I'll just call you I'll just call you Avery. It's hard to pronounce your whole name. It's like a very average person in chess. Oh yeah, that was a really good example of a very average person in chess. Oh yeah, a very average person in chess. What do you think about that? Oh, that was really funny, a very average person in chess. Yeah, I'm gonna, you know, okay, I just have to be very clear about this. I have to be very clear about this. I don't care who you are. If you're gonna come in here and push a very known toxic transphobic narrative in my chat, I don't care if you've been here for a month. I don't care if you've been here for a year. I don't care who you are. I'm not gonna allow that shit in my chat. Okay? I'm not gonna get baited like that. Okay, so if you're if you're genuinely interested in staying around, go educate yourself and never bring up that narrative ever fucking again. Okay, I don't have time to explain it to you. I don't have time to educate you. If you need to be educated, then go educate yourself. I'm not going to be the one to do it for you. Go to, you know, this isn't Destiny's channel. This isn't Vosh. This isn't, you know, this isn't a debate channel. This isn't, you know, about like, you know, pushing transphobic narratives, because that is a very transphobic narrative, and it's a grift, literally a grift, made up by people who are very angry about their results of transitioning because they didn't, you know, they're adults who made adult decisions with informed consent, and anybody who says otherwise is just pissed off. Because they didn't realize that maybe it wasn't going to fix the problems that they thought it was going to. They had that explained to them. It is explained very clearly in the medical code. Okay? And so if you're not going to educate yourself on that, if you're going to listen to those narratives, you don't belong here. Okay?
We're looking at a machine called an electronic sound synthesizer. This synthesizer can create and hold
Yeah, it has nothing to do with you, Avery. Yeah, sorry. It's just I'm gonna get over it. Okay, like it happens. Anonymous usernames. I don't even want to justify it. It's anonymous usernames. It's happened to me before. It is a little bit upsetting when it happens, but I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Anonymous usernames. I'm not emotionally attached. It's just more of a. It's I don't know. I'm not emotionally attached. I mean, Asmongold has it right. The minute you get emotionally attached to your stream, that's when you start to lose. Like that's about it. I mean, it is what it is. No, it's just I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. I don't care if you've been following me for like 4 years. There's certain things I do not allow in my chat. This isn't a political debate forum. Okay, go do that on Destiny's channel. Like, he's gonna fucking do that. This is not about that over here. No narratives, especially proven false ones. There's proof in the pudding. There's proof in the pudding. I'm not even gonna justify it, but I think sometimes you really do need to address these things just to like kind of put a nail in it, because it's a coffin. I don't care who you are. You insult me, or you if you insult like me or my intelligence in a way that like goes against like my values, I don't care. If I don't want that shit around me. I don't want false narratives, especially because it's just baiting. It's just baiting someone to get caught into a discussion about a topic that I already know from past experience and from studying the actual conversations already. Because I wasn't born yesterday, okay? I've seen the videos. I've seen the debates. I've heard all of it. Okay, you're not gonna get me. Okay, like these people who come in here, they act all nice, they do smileys and emojis, that's all nice. But don't think that you're just gonna like play around and with me for like months or years and then suddenly say, okay, cool, now I got under her, on her good side, now I can really pull out the stop pulling my punches. I'm not gonna fucking care. You're gonna get banned. It's that simple. I have a pretty firm stance on the kind of vibes I want in my chat, and this is already ruining those vibes. Okay, this is a place to just game together, and just I talk about some serious stuff, but there's things that I have to put my foot down. This isn't a place for Trump supporters. This isn't a place for debate or argument. Okay, I am a supreme goddess and my word is law. Do you understand? This is my safe space, not yours. It's here. I'm here to push my agenda, which is to have a good time. That's it. And I get a little bit on a soapbox every now and then. Okay? Maybe I should be accused of baiting my chat, but you know what? I give people warnings. Because I do understand I do create an inviting environment where I do start talking about like more heated political stuff. So you could say it's my fault. I take responsibility for that. I accept my part that I play in that. When I kind of like, allow a space for people to talk about stuff because I make them feel like, you know, oh, she's talking about this, so I can too. I try to keep it very surface level, and I know a bunch of the dangerous agendas and the dangerous narratives, and I'm gonna shut those down right away. Okay, and if you're not aware of the dangerous part of those narratives, then that's not my job to solve that for you. I already surrounded myself with those narratives to look into them, and I've already debunked them. I've already read into them. I've already listened to all the talking points. I've already listened to them. I've watched Destiny. I've watched Hassan. I've watched Vosh. You're not. Hey, welcome back. Hey, how you doing, Rose? Just playing some chess. Been really busy this week. I took care of like a whole bunch of stuff. And now I'm just like kind of just enjoying the afternoon. Just playing some chess. Playing badly. As usual. But you know, it's how it is. I'm not like a perfect player or anything. I'm just an average chess player. I'm a very average person in chess, like one of my chat members. Okay, but I am an improving chess player. I'm getting back into it. Started doing puzzles again. And I'm just kind of playing some Blitz for fun. I mean, this is Bullet. Some Bullet for fun, I mean. Yeah, as usual, I hope everyone enjoys the vibes. And if the vibes ever, you know, every now and then we gotta have a vibe check. Okay? Every now and then we gotta have a vibe check. This is supposed to be a chill spot for people to just kind of let their hair down. And just relax. You know, if you got work to do, you got stuff you need to do, homework, whatever. You just want to have me in the background because I got some good music and I might be talking about some stuff. That's fine. That's what we're all about. We're about community. We're about support. We're about lifting each other up. And also we're about not worshiping me, but this is all about me, by the way. Like this is my channel, you know. You guys are peons, okay? No, it's just it's all good. It's all good. I don't like bringing the vibes down. Hey, bishop to e5. Bishop to e5. We're just chilling, playing some chess today. No. But yeah, hey, Allah is great. How you doing?
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2.
Yeah, I do think God / Allah is great. Actually, I pray to God every day, thanking God for everything that I've gotten, everything that has made my life so much more beautiful. I think that the moment I start deciding things is, I don't know. I know that everybody has a different spirituality, and so everybody has a very different idea of spirituality, and so you're welcome here. Psychology? That's great. Yeah, I don't go to church. There are churches here. I don't know any Muslim people. I know some Jewish people, but there's some good people out there in the community. I think it's great when people find community and when things are rooted in love and acceptance, which is what the teachings are all about. I really love it. And of course, there's always going to be people who try to use that as a personal pulpit to try to push some agenda. I don't really like that. But I already know that those people don't represent the community. They don't represent the church. They don't represent God. They represent some selfish agenda. And I welcome everyone. But I don't, I'm sorry. I have to apologize. I have a lot of preconceived notions about people from different religions, including Christianity and other Abrahamic religions, because of how I've been treated by people. However, I hope you understand that you are accepted and welcome here. I want to make that very clear. It shouldn't have to be said, but I know in today's world that Muslims are persecuted and Christians are persecuted for the actions of others, and I think it's very unfair and unjust that people who truly follow the teachings are persecuted. Because I'm not religious, but I am very spiritual, and I do understand that it shouldn't have to be stated, but I'm sure I don't know, maybe I don't know your experience, but if you've gone into channels before, maybe some people have probably persecuted you for your name, because your name is Allah is great. I'm sure you've probably been persecuted for your name. I'm guessing. I'm not sure on your experience, but I'm guessing. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm just I'm trying to get rid of a bad vibe right now. So let me just jam out to some music, and I'm just gonna jam out to some music for a while. So I apologize. I do like interacting with my chat, but I need to get out of this bad vibe. So let's just jam out for a while and enjoy the music, and everybody have. Well, I'm playing Bullet, Vodafone. I do know theory, but I don't really want to calculate for 45 minutes when I have only 1 minute on the clock. Nah, Rose, you just gotta try. What do you got to lose? All you gotta do is move pieces. You don't have to play perfect. Like, look at me, I suck. I suck bad. But you know what? Like, you gotta try. How are you gonna get better if you don't try? And this whole, like, oh, just quit. This is a stupid mentality. I freaking hate it when people just do that. Like, really? That's a non-answer. That's like the stupidest answer to anything. Oh yeah, just quit. Because you suck. How are you supposed to get better if you quit? That doesn't make any sense. How are you supposed to get better at all? Like, there's only one way to get better, and that's to work on it. That's true. That's pretty true. That's pretty true. I mean, that's true. I mean, yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's true. Wait.
True, and yeah, that's pretty true. That's true, and yeah, that's true. That's true. That's true. That's pretty true. That's pretty true. I mean, that's true. Yeah, that's true. That's true. That's fucking true. Um, that's how it is, dude.
uh. Talking about what? What's up? How you doing, White? Mr. White. Yo, Mr. White. Yo, Mr. White. We gotta cook. Bitch. Science, bitch. Like science and shit. Mr. White. Walter. Walter. No, Walter. No, Walter. Walter. ¿Cómo estás? Juguemos de ajedrez como dice, de ajedrez, cosas de piezas, reyes y reyes, no tan fácilmente. I'm trying to get over is like I'm starting to not attach my I'm starting to not attach myself so much to my stream. Starting to treat it more, and also that's kind of what doing the no cam streams, my alt streams basically. I'm basically alt streaming. My no cam alt streams. I mean, alternate to what? I don't have sponsors. So my streams are pretty much like no cam casual streams. It's really helping me get back into reality of like, hey, like, don't take things so seriously. Don't attach my emotions to, like, don't get emotionally attached to my stream. I mean, I just, like, a lot of people talk shit about Asmongold, but that guy knows a lot of shit from his time around the internet. Like, he knows a lot of shit, and a lot of that shit I've also learned. And obviously he's learned things that I could have never learned, because he's, like, on the top of things. So it's a lot different. But, I feel, I do feel like, me and him are a lot alike. Like, we both came from, like, poor families. If honestly, I'm living his dream. If we're gonna go off what he said on the internet, I'm living his dream. He wanted to, get SSI and live off the government and just play video games all day. Except I'm not doing the video games part, really. I'm actually taking care of my life. I'm actually taking care of things. I actually do want to be a part of the world. I actually do want to have, like, I do want to socialize and do stuff. I'm not going to speak for him. I don't know his life and his business side of his life, especially. Its very nature is social. I know people meme about him like, oh, he's just always in his house or whatever. And it's like, okay, but he's a streamer. They're all like that. Like, I don't care who you are. And then it's like, it doesn't matter like your gender, whatever. Being a streamer is just lonely as fuck. It's like, it's just part of the job. Like, it's an indoor job unless you're IRLing. But even then, it's like, it is a job for them, So it's like, it's very different than like how it is for me, which like for me, it's just kind of like a place to kind of work some stuff out while I'm working out my life. And who knows where content will bring me, because right now I'm not making any content. Not making any content at all on any of my platforms except for streaming. Streaming is not necessarily content. It's kind of like makes a place for people to hang out and do stuff. And that person that comes here first is me, because I'm making a space for me to hang out. And so that's kind of what it is right now. It is what it is. But honestly, I don't know. Like, I'm not like, I need to make myself clear. Like, I'm not like obsessed with these streamers the way like maybe people think. Because like what they're used to is they're used to like having like crazy fans and like people who are just like absolutely obsessed with content creators. Like, that's not what's going on. I'm just following their careers because I'm very interested in how they got there. I'm very interested in how successful people become successful. It's all, I mean, it's casual interest, but it's also not so casual interest. I do have a lot of stake in the game. As a content creator myself, an aspiring content creator. And in fact, I wouldn't even say aspiring. I've literally been a professional content creator. I've literally made money making content, which not everybody can say they can do. I can make money happen out of thin air. Not many people can do that. Like, I can literally, like, if I could psychologically handle it before I'm like ready, which right now I'm really not ready to make content right now. I can't. Like, it's just not gonna happen. Needing money is not like a good enough reason to sacrifice my mental health. And and when the only problem is like, waiting for a surgery to happen and going through a spiritual like, situation with that, where I'm gonna have to like really like find who I am on a personal level. Oops. Before I can return to making content. If the only thing stopping me is like that one surgery, then there's really no reason to give up on that career. It's a very lucrative career for a lot of people. And I have a lot of what it takes. And a lot of it isn't even necessarily about appearance, but I have that too. But a lot of it isn't about appearance at all. It's about your willingness to even have what it takes to do it. Like, you need to have a certain personality type. You need to have a certain like strength and resilience that not everybody has. It's not for everybody. Just as entertainment, the show business in general is not for everybody. There's some people who will never be able to handle it. They might accidentally get thrust into it, which is a different situation. That's where it's like, okay, well, they'll have to figure out how to be like, they learn it. You can learn it, but like, not everybody has learned it. Not everybody should, honestly. Not everybody should, force themselves to become the kind of resilient kind of person it takes to be that kind of content creator. It's not for everybody at all. Not for everybody. A lot of people think that like it's easy, and it's not. It's not easy at all. It takes a real kind of resiliency to do it. Any kind of content creation in show business. Not even just my industry. So it's like, if the only thing holding me back is that fact that I haven't had this surgery, I see absolutely no reason to give up on my career. I'm just taking a hiatus. And I have been. I really have only been able to work like maybe a couple weekends, like a few times out of the year, because of that psychological hang up about a body part. And if that's the only reason, then there's no reason, to quit except for taking care of that surgery. Like, and then, the physical recovery, and then the spiritual recovery. Because I'm going to have to do things on my own. I'm not going to force myself to work just for money. I don't need to. I have SSI for a reason. It's because I can't, I would like to work at like a Starbucks or something. And I might do that first, just to get myself into the swing of things while I'm sorting things out spiritually. Which it is spiritual, by the way. It is. For me, very spiritual activity. Some people might disagree, but I don't care what they think. I know who I am, and I know what's important to me. And, I love chess, but so many people attach their entire identity to their rating. So many people attach their entire identity to how good at chess they are. And yeah, you can be better at chess than me, that's fine, but it doesn't make you better than me. Like, it doesn't make you, somehow, more deserving of, respect than me. And, obviously there's people out there that play chess, and they're very strong, and they think I should quit chess because I'm bad. It's like, if everybody quit chess when they're bad, then all these grandmasters would have never even gotten to a tournament. Because we're all bad. Even also, you can look at the super grandmasters and the world champion and all that. They're bad too. Because none of us are ever going to be as good as, Stockfish. This girl talent scout play is very suspect. What the hell are you talking about? Oh, so there's someone named Girls Talent Scout? What? What? I didn't realize that. One of those days. One of those days. It's just one of those days. Yeah, I'm trying to like keep things in perspective about my life lately. I'm just doing really great. I also feel like just worn out in a bit, but that's just part of life, you know? Oh shit. Yeah, I mean, that's just part of life. You know, life kind of wears you down, but that's okay. It doesn't mean my life is miserable or whatever. I'm actually doing really well. Doing really well. I got a lot of good stuff going on in my life. It's really looking up. Like I'm taking care of my teeth. You know, going to the dentist. I'm gonna head out of the stream. That's enough for me. I'm getting a little bit chest brain kind of getting to me. So I'll see you later. I really like the vibes of the stream lately. Just like not even using the webcam. Not caring at all. That's really what streaming's about. It should just be like, you know, we're just creating this space and I'm just like, you know, hanging out while I'm gaming. Really what it's all about. You know, I'm trying to keep personal stuff off the stream more. I do talk about some stuff, you know. I had an interesting dream last night. I had a dream I had my surgery. It was a weird dream though. And of course, you know how in dreams nothing ever looks like how it looks in reality? It's like in the dream it looked all like cartoony and weird, and obviously, you know, there's gonna be swelling after the surgery, so like I think most people don't realize, like, it takes some time for like swelling to go down, but you know, it's pretty damn good. And you know, vulvas and vaginas, like there's no two in the world that look alike. And mine's gonna look how mine looks like, so it's gonna be beautiful because it's gonna be mine. That's what matters. And it is scary because there's a lot of unknowns, but I don't want to live the rest of my life in fear. And also just like not too afraid to take action. Something that I've known for God knows how many years. Well over a decade, almost 2 decades. Almost 2 decades that I've known I've needed the surgery. It's time. Like, it's about fucking time. And it's approaching. So I'm pretty damn happy about it. And I do get nervous. But it's the kind of nervous where you're like, you know what you need to do, and you're about to do it, and then you still do it. It's a good kind of nervousness. It's normal. It's healthy. And I think it would be a bit concerning if I wasn't feeling this way. I think there would be things to work. Like, if I wasn't worked up or concerned about this, there'd be something wrong. Because this is a big fucking deal. Okay? And I'm doing it. I'm a badass bitch. You don't understand? Like, nobody can ever call me a coward. Nobody. I'm fucking tough. I'm fucking tough. And you know that this is only the beginning too. This is just a preparatory stage. Like, I am not done. I am just getting started. I'm just getting started. You guys get it? It's taken me 4 years, and even if we just take away the rest of my life and just look at like what I've been doing on, like, you know, whatever the fuck I've been doing on social media. Jesus fucking Christ, whatever the fuck that is. You just look at that. God damn, I've made some pretty huge changes and advancements. compared to 4 years ago. I had absolutely no fucking idea what I'm doing back then, and I still don't, but I got really fucking tough. I'm not afraid to stand up for myself. You know, I can't do this sitting on the fence route. Like that's just always been off the table. Like the sitting on the fence, that was never possible for me because I'm transgender. Like I'm already inherently like divisive to the community. So it's I may as well just, you know, rip off the band-aid and just accept that I'm a unique badass. I'm a unicorn. Badass motherfucking bitch. Okay? And I'm going to succeed regardless of what people want me, like regardless of what people want to happen. Like I am an inevitable force. Like my day is coming. Rebecca Lauren's day is coming. And it all starts with this surgery. And then this recovery where I take a lot of time to myself away from social media. And where I, you know, I'm going to go read some management basics. This book called Management Basics. Master the Essentials, second edition. Written by Tony Rossiter. And with a foreword by Martin Stanley. It's a book about management. Because guess what? I'm a boss. I have the executive mindset. I take care of shit. I find what needs to be done and I do it. In fact, like this surgery has been so important. I have not let the rest of my life suffer, but I have not put that energy into the rest of my life because this is so fucking important. I can't wait until I'm 40, 50, 60 years old to get this. I need this now. Because I don't want to, like, what's the point? What's the point of, like, you know, climbing the corporate ladder, like, climbing the corporate ladder and then, like, you know, okay, maybe in 15 years I can get the surgery. Like, fuck that. I can have it now, and I'm going to get it now. Because that's how I work. I take the option, I get it done. That's who I am. I am a badass fucking bitch. Deal with it. Anyway, thanks for all stopping by. You know, sorry about the vibe check. Those people can do ban appeals if they want. I've made myself pretty clear about the expectations of conversations here. I am not going to apologize for executive decisions. I'm going to move the fuck on. Anonymous usernames are anonymous usernames. So, you get banned, you get banned. And I'm not going to send you cigarettes. Alright. I'm gonna have a great day, and if I decide to come on later to play some Final Fantasy or something, you'll find me.